There are a lot of cool things about Football.Fun, but I think one of the most important things on the entire platform is something that's totally overlooked by most users. Not having to set specific lineups is what's going to make Football.Fun move ahead of other fantasy platforms. Just think about it. We've all had fantasy lineups where maybe the first player, the first two players really go off. They hit their peak score, and you're just sitting there already counting your winnings. And then all of a sudden, time goes by, more games happen, you still have good scores. And then that one or two last players, whether it's a 5-player lineup, 7, 9, 11, whatever, somebody either doesn't play because they pulled up lame in the warm-up, or they're off to a wedding for their cousin that nobody knew about, or they just get rotated without any mention of it before the game week. And then all of a sudden, your lineup is dead. But on Football.Fun, because all we own are player shares, we only have to worry about each individual player. And so one player possibly sitting out of your lineup and ruining the other however many players are in your lineup, now those players are still fine. They can still compete for a spot on the leaderboard. And then you don't get anything from the player that was either injured, rested, rotated, whatever. But all of your other players are still in play. And that's just a feeling that is unmatched in other games, because whether they have a subsystem and you're getting somebody who's not as good, or just no solution whatsoever, now you can still enjoy the games that are happening because it's not like your entire lineup is dead. And what makes it even better with Football.Fun is because you have until each player enters their game to get shares, you can even add shares of a player late in a tournament and still get the benefit from when they play. So you're always in it. As long as you don't have a player who hasn't played yet, they have the possibility to get in the top 5 or be the top player at their position and win you a lot of tournament points. And I feel like it's really overlooked by a lot of people who are considering Football.Fun, and they hear you don't have to set lineups. And the thought is just like, all right, well, maybe you like setting lineups, or maybe it's just a weird concept that you don't have to think about putting together a group of players to compete against others, as opposed to just singular players performing on their own. But I think it's exactly what a lot of people need right now. And I think it's going to be, like I said, what separates Football.Fun from a ton of other platforms. So if you want to get in, there's a link below. Come join me.